Bum, bum, bum. What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Mogis, God of Metal. Hope you're ready to jump in that mosh pit and thrash around. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, I like it a lot. We've got Fleshbag. We got No Mercy, so if our Sidisi is going to be running the zombies on us, at least we've got that going. As far as our land drop for the turn, let's go and get down the Canyon Slop. Yeah, I kind of like that. Anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. But yes, welcome to some Mogis, God of Metal. Hope you're ready to thrash around and bang your head to some really good metal. We're playing Mogis. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature. Then at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Mogis deals 2 damage to that player unless they sacrifice a creature. So drawn to the cliffs. Let's go ahead and let's get down Polluted Delta. Than anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. Playing against Sidisi, Brood Tyrant. Whenever Sidisi enters the battlefield or attacks, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then, whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Opponent's going to get down the Exotic Orchard. Let's go ahead and crack Polluted Delta. Let's see what we're going to grab on this one. We're actually way okay on red-black sources. We'll go and grab the, grab the Smoldering Marsh. That way we don't draw into it later. That still leaves us open for the Badlands. All right, opponent's going to get down Demir Signet. Let's see what we got. Faithless Looting. Let's go and get Cliffs down. Let's go for 1 Power Stone. We're going to be able to get that down. Keep us online for Fleshbag, No Mercy, and then anything else. We'll kick it back over to our opponent. But yes, welcome to Mogis. It's free time. Cover both commanders. Talk about whatever we want. This is a... it's kind of Punisher / red-black Planeswalkers. We've got a lot of good stuff in here. You can see we've got No Mercy in here. It used to be really, really heavy like Punisher enchantments. I just found that a lot of times it was really hard to get some good stuff going with just like 100% Punisher, where, you know, basically everything in the deck is No Mercy style effects with enchantments. It was just a little clunky, so I kind of backed off the enchantments, and we've got a few more Planeswalkers in here. We have Angrath from the new set, which is always a lot of fun. I recently added Chandra, Pyromancer. Let's go ahead and get down Sulphur Springs. Is that what we're going to go for? So we got Faithless Looting if we want to. We can actually get down No Mercy. I think I like going for that. Let's get down Springs. Let's go for No Mercy. And I do apologize for getting that white bordered land. Sorry about that, guys. Guys and gals. I don't like running white border stuff, and I accidentally put in the wrong Sulphur Springs in here. So, I mean, I don't really need to apologize, but I feel bad as somebody who makes YouTube videos running a single white border land in here, because it bothers me right now seeing it. So, anyway, that's happened. We'll survive. We're in a mosh pit. You know, that's the least of our worries at this point right now. But as far as Sidisi goes, it reminds me, I need to play Sidisi. I haven't played it in a while, and Sidisi's a lot of fun. So, if you're thinking about getting some zombies going or some graveyard action, Sidisi is where it's at. Oh, that reminds me, this is Sultai colors, and Sidisi is graveyard. That brings me to Muldrotha. I think I said it right, but the new Sultai commander coming out of Dominaria. I am really excited about that commander, and we'll be seeing it really soon. Muldrotha is, and once again, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I do apologize. I'm going to keep calling it that for the rest of the video. So, but with Muldrotha, is one of those commanders that sometimes when a new set releases, I pre-build a lot of commander decks. That way it's easier for me to, once it kind of comes in, actually, let's do our turn first. We've got Faithless Looting and Sad Robot. I think I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and get down Dungeon Palace. And I need to talk about dungeon stuff too. Let's go for that. That still leaves us online for Faithless Looting. Let's go for Sad Robot. We definitely want to keep up with our... We've got No Mercy, so we're actually in an okay spot to kind of stop some of those zombies. Yes, we're going to use that ability. And we've got all black, red down the middle. I think it gravitates a little bit more towards black, so we'll just go and grab a black source. Let's go and go for Faithless Looting. Fleshbag Marauder is nice. Crux of Fate and Terminate. Let's go and get rid of... Actually, really like Terminate and Crux of Fate. Let's go for Blood Crypt, and we'll get rid of Fleshbag Marauder. We're in a spot where we can actually support both of those cards. Even if we hit the land drop next turn, we'll be online for both. So I kind of like holding on to those. But yeah, with Muldrotha, so I kind of pre-built the deck as a kind of like a Damia variant. And then... as time's gone on, I've realized I kind of want to take it in a little bit of different direction. Not necessarily like a Sultai land style direction, but kind of really, really heavy graveyard. I definitely want to go for that. So it'll be in the neighborhood of a Sidisi mill deck, but at the same time, kind of more of a control aspect. So either way, I'm really excited about it. And if you don't know who Muldrotha is, I'll kind of talk about it once we kind of get our turn rolling. Let's go and get Mountain down. We're just staring down an acidic slime, so let's just get down Mogis, get the mosh pit jumping, and then we'll tap out for that. That's going to leave us up on Terminate too, so we can go for that. And if our opponent wants to swing in with the Acidic Slime, I don't like swinging in with Sad Robot because we can cash in a card draw on that, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, we'll see what we draw into next turn. We still have Faithless Looting out of the graveyard to kind of get that rolling, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, I definitely want to build like a Sultai. I'm thinking about kind of building like a Sultai Enter the Battlefield creatures. You know, stuff like Eternal Witness, the blue, it's like a 4-drop blue creature that brings an instant or, I think instant or sorcery back. I can see, it's like a wizard in a cave, like a female wizard reaching for a scroll or something like that. Archaeomancer or something, I can't remember. But it's something like that. And so, kind of wanting to go like Enter the Battlefield creatures at the same time, just going kind of control style aspect. All right. Opponent's going to go for Dragon Lord. We'll be able to go for Terminate. Let's see if they want to swing in any certain way. Actually, if they swing in with Acidic Slime, we can go for, yeah, before we go to blockers, let's go for Terminate on Dragon Lord. That's going to be black and then red. We'll still be able to declare Sad Robot a blocker and then still cash in that card draw. All right, there we go. We could have used that for Sidisi, but I kind of like forcing him to get down Sidisi and then hopefully maybe doing a little bit extra milling, which will put us online for Crux of Fate. Yes, we're going to go and draw a card off that. Drawn to Read the Bones. Absolutely wonderful. All right, let's see what we can get going from now. Drawn to Sword Point Diplomacy. Let's go and hold on to that. Not fire that off. Let's go for Read the Bones at this point. That's going to be colorless, black, and a red. We're going to scry 2, draw 2 cards, and lose 2 live. Let's go and actually put Advances, Blazing Cannons. Let's go and put both of those on the bottom. I want to catch a little bit more action. Dire Fleet, Ashenmore Liege. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll actually turn on Devotion pretty well for us. Yeah, let's go and go for that. That's going to be black, 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 and then 1 colorless. Okay. Get down to Ashenmore Liege. And then once we get down Dire Fleet Ravager, it's going to be a little bit hard for us. Not necessarily hard, but since their opponents at 26, we're at 25, we're basically going to stay even at Dire Fleet Ravager. So at that point, we do need to be a little bit careful with Dire Fleet. But actually, I don't mind getting it down. That'll give us Devotion, because we're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's correct, yeah, 5 Devotion. And depending on what we roll off of Swordport Diplomacy, what we can do is we're going to lose 1/3 of their lives. So we're going to basically lose about in the neighborhood of about 11 times. No, excuse me. It's going to be somewhere in that, about 9, 8, 16, 20. No, each person. I've been recording too long. I can't math today. So each of us is going to lose 8 lives. Sorry about that. Oh, that reminds me. In my Vraska Brawl video on Friday, last Friday, on the City's Blessing, what happened on that was I thought the City's Blessing was once a player got City's Blessing, that was it. I thought it was like a Queen Marchesa, like the Monarch token, like only one player could have the City's Blessing. So when I filtered away that Vana's Hunger or whatever it was, and we're not anywhere close to, can't get the City's Blessing, that's what I was referencing. And so it was just one of those things where I saw that comment that was just like, we've got 17 permanents on board. And I'm like, we don't have the City's Blessing. It just really made me laugh. Okay, so our opponent did bring back Dragon Lord. We did draw into Wretch Confluence. I think at this point, I like holding on to Wretch Confluence. We can kind of target that Dragon Lord's and then still get back Ashenmore Liege. Or we could go for Sword Point Diplomacy. If we get down Dire Fleet, that's going to get it down. Yeah, let's go and go for Dire Fleet now that I think about it. They can gain control of a creature. That'll give an additional bonus. Yeah, actually, it's a little bit sketchy. No, I'll not go for it. Let's go for Dire Fleet. Get down Dire Fleet, they'll turn on Devotion for Mogis. We're going to be able to swing in with Mogis. That's going to give an additional bonus to Dire Fleet Ravager. If they want to spend their turn getting down Dragon Lord Solongar, we can still go for the either Crux of Fate or Wretch Confluence. All right, let's go and push in on this one. Let's go and swing in with Mogis. It's going to be 9-7, bringing the baseline that Sidisi maybe can't plug her ears on. Let's see if they want to throw Eternal Witness in front of Mogis' guitar. All right. Poor Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness goes to the graveyard, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. There we go. Okay, but once again, so we still have Crux of Fate and Wretch Confluence. If they get down the Dragon Lord, we're in a fine spot at this point. There's not a ton of zombies out there, so we don't really have to worry about them gaining control of Ashen Liege. You know, if they had something like Haste, well, they can't run Anger in a CDC deck, but if they had some sort of Haste enabler, I would maybe not go for Dire Fleet, but I like kind of getting our life totals down a little bit low. Those taxing effects kind of do add up as the game goes on. All right, Opponent's going to do down Dragon Lord. This is going to be a 3-5. The only downside to using Wretch Confluence on Dragon Lord is that we're going to have to we'll have to use all the modes on that to kind of take care of it. All right, opponent's going to take Mogis. We'll be able to get Mogis back too. I'll see if they're going to roll out. We are sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are sitting at 7 mana. Hope if we hit the land drop, that'll turn us online for Sword Point and Wretch Confluence, or simply just blasting a Crux of Fate to kind of destroy everything into the graveyard. All right. So you rip into. It's going to be Mogis trigger. No, we're not going to sacrifice a creature. There we go. All right. All right. Let's go and get Graven down. And let's go ahead and push in with Ashenmoor and Direfleet. I think I like that. Let's go and do that. Let's push in with both of them. Either way, we're going to be able to trade on both creatures. If they want to throw Sidisi as a chump blocker, that's fine. We're going to get in for 9. It's going to put them down to 5. And that kind of puts them in a weird spot with the Sword Point Diplomacy. Destroy target monocolored creature. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, nothing we can do in response to that. So at least they're going to be swinging in for 4. At this point right now, if they block with Dragon Lord, all right, they're going to go for Sidisi. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and... Do we need to make any trades on that? No, we're okay with that. I'll trade on Sidisi. That leaves Dragon Lord out there. Do we want to use all of Wretch Confluence for that? Let's do this. Let's go for Sword Point Diplomacy. See if we can't get a few more cards in the hand. Maybe get our opponents kind of pay a little bit extra life. Price of Glory, Gamble. Most of these, they can probably let them go to the hand. Now, Gamble, they might be a little bit worried about Gamble. They may pay 3 life to kind of stop Gamble going into our hand. But Price of Glory and Scalding Tarn, it's nothing really to be too worried about. Okay, and they do put both of those, both of those do go into exile, Gamble and Price of Glory, putting them down to 8. Do we want to go for Wretch Confluence at this point? We can do it at their end. Yeah, we'll see what they roll out. I thought about going for Crux of Fate to get Mogis back, but what we'll probably end up doing is going for Wretch Confluence to take care of Dragon Lord before it swings in. We'll see what else they're rolling out. We can still afford to take another Mogis trigger of 2 damage during our upkeep to kind of get it back. Another thing that we can start utilizing is Dungeon Palace. Each player discards a card, and we can do that during our turn. All right, opponent's going to go for Liliana's Death's Majesty. So what they can do is they can bring back stuff out of the graveyard. All right, let's see what we can do about that. So we're looking at -3 on something like Eternal Witness or Acidic Slime. They're going to go for Eternal Witness, okay. I guess they can bring back a Sultai Charm. We'll see what they're going to bring back. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They only got 4 mana at this point right now. All right, Eternal Witness on Sultai Charm. Now, at this point right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our opponent is sitting at 8. So if we can somehow get... something like Torment of Hellfire or Exsanguinate. We do have a few other X spells in here where we're going to be dealing X damage. We can kind of take care of that. Let's go and go for Wretch Confluence. We're going to cast it. Yeah, I think I like that. We could draw a few more cards if we wanted to. We're going to be losing 3 life. We're going to basically burn our entire Wretch Confluence on Dragon Lord just to get Mogis back. Whereas next turn we can simply go for Crux of Fate. Yeah, let's go and do this. I kind of like... Yeah, I like doing it this way. Let's go and rip 3 cards off that. All right, Dragon Lord's going to be swinging in for 1. We'll be losing 3, go down. We'll have Crux of Fate to go for next turn, so we don't really have to worry about any sort of hasty creatures. All right, let's go and cast Wretch Confluence. Target player is going to draw 3 cards and loses 1 life. I'm going to choose us with all 3. That's going to be black, black, black. We're going to lose 3 life, draw 3 cards. We're still online for Crux of Fate. That's going to give Mogis back. We don't really have to worry about Dragon Lord coming back out. Deals 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. Okay, that gives us a little bit of a clock. That's going to be Crux for 5, Markov for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little far away from that. Let's go and get down... let's go and get down Temple of Malice. Let's go and get the Scry going. Let's go ahead and... If we're going to go for we're going to go for Crux of Fate. We can go for Markov next turn. Let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. Let's go for Crux of Fate. Destroy all dragon creatures, because that's going to take care of Dragon Lord. That's going to leave Eternal Witness coming across next turn. Destroy all dragon creatures. Going to take... Yeah, that's kind of a... you always think of Crux of Fate as a... it's just a total board wipe, and you forget when you get the Dragon Lords out there. It has that Dragon Claw, so we got to kind of split it up on this one. Opponent's going to go for Sultai Charm. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Okay. See if they're going to be digging for some sort of counter spell. Now, we can go for Cruel Tutor. That will put us down to 4. We've got Eternal Witness swinging in for 2. I don't know if we're going to be that brave. Now, if we do that, if we go for Cruel Tutor, we're going to lose 2 life and put us down to 4. Eternal Witness swings in for 2. They can go for Dragon. Yeah. Well, either way, actually, no, excuse me. We can't do that because we have Graven on top and we're going to be paying 1 life. That's 5, 2, puts us down to 3, 2. Yeah, that puts us at 1 life. That's a little sketchy. Basically, what I was thinking about was going for Cruel Tutor for something like either Torment of Hellfire, one of our damage spells, X damage spells. But we've got Sorin coming down next turn. We can plus up on that too. It kind of puts our opponent in a weird spot to where they're going to have to start swinging in at Sorin Markov and then kind of going from there. Now, this is another fun thing that we can actually use the -3 ability on Sorin to put us back to 10 if we get in a little bit of a sticky situation. But we'll see what our opponent's going to roll out. We do see Gitrog coming out of the graveyard, that new border. Opponent's going to go for Sidisi. One thing that we can do is we need to be careful with our life total. But without 3 and 5, that puts us down to 5. If we go for Cruel Tutor, that puts us in a spot where they're going to be able to swing in next turn and deal a pretty good chunk of damage at us. So I think I like getting down Sorin because that's going to put a little bit of pressure on our opponent. But either way, this has been a fun match so far. It's kind of what you want in Mogis, getting down to the nitty-gritty, kind of keep our life. It reminds me, I used to play a Mono Black Zombies deck in Legacy. I'm just going to go for Animate Dead on Gitrog. Okay. Now, we do have Faithless Looting out of the graveyard if we want to start digging a little bit deeper, and that still gives us an option to go for Sorin too. But at this point right now, we're staring down lethal, so we're going to have to get something going from our opponent. Yeah, +2 is going to be any 2 target. We can blast a zombie that's still in it. Trespasser's Curse. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go for Command Tower. Let's go for Faithless Looting. And then let's go tap out for 1 red. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obnixilis, destroy target creature. We actually get down Obnixilis and destroy Gitrog. That'll be 5 coming across. Yeah. Let's do that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to be Furners. Yeah, we actually have enough for Sorin and Wrath. So let's do this. Let's go and get rid of Trespasser's Curse, and we're going to get rid of Cruel Tutor. I just can't really see us going for Cruel Tutor at this point. Let's go for Obnixilis. That's going to buy us another turn. We're going to tap Sulfur Springs. There you go. Tap 1 more down. We'll go for Obnixilis. We'll go for the destroy target creature -3 on Gitrog. We need to get rid of that ability. So that puts them swinging across for 5 next turn. We'll have to sacrifice it, but we already took care of it anyway. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, if our opponent loses any sort of life or anything like that, once we get down Sorin, we can actually get down Furnace of Wrath next turn. That's going to force them to either sacrifice a creature, and if we deal that, or actually, excuse me, they're going to either lose 2 life. No, they're going to deal 2 damage. So that's going to put them down to 6. So if something else happens to where they, let's say they get down Ancient Tomb, they pay a couple more life, we can still go for Sorin and Furnace of Wrath, dealing that 2 damage. So anyway, it's been fun sitting at 6 like this. But speaking about Brawl, so sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I've been recording for a little bit today. But with Brawl, I've been playing an Angrath Brawl. And it's pretty fun. I like it. I originally kind of put a lot of stuff in here, like Trespasser's Curse, kind of going for that same Mogis style deck, but it was a little clunky. And so I've kind of built it more in kind of what, basically, it's kind of like a Brawl version of what this Mogis deck is. That's about 100% what it is. So, all right, so we've got 5 coming across. It's going to put us down to 1. No, excuse me, they did send some mode over to Obnixilis, so it's going to put us down to 3. And let's see what they're going to go for. They still have Search for Azkenteka. That's Azkenta. I don't know why I want to throw an extra Z in there. But they do have that. They kind of filter out some other stuff. And we'll see what they're going to roll out for the turn. I don't know if they've actually activated Liliana yet this turn. I was going to go for Satyr Wayfinder. Okay. Yeah, they have not activated Liliana. So if they go for the -3 on Liliana, that's going to be them completely getting rid of Liliana. So we'll see what's going to happen off of that. Duplicate, enter in the graveyard. Okay. And we have no creatures at this point right now. Now, with us sitting at 3, we have reached the point to where the Mogis triggered. They're going to have enough zombies to kind of take care of that. Opponent's going to go for Runescar Demon, okay. And then we'll see what they search up on this one. If they have, okay, they did not, let's say, they can tutor up anything with Runescar Demon. If they had a burn spell, they could have used it then. Drawn to Gorge. Okay. So we get that down. Well, either way, we don't really want to pay life on that one. So we get down Furnace of Wrath. Let's see how much mana we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 mana. We go for Sorin that deals 2 damage. It's going to be 4 damage. They're still going to have to sacrifice a creature. And I'm not going to be able to take care of Ringscar Demon. I don't think we're going to be able to get it. Yeah, they're going to have to sacrifice a creature. Either way, they're still going to have combat damage. We go for Sorin that puts them down to 2. And we're not going to have enough for the Shivan activation. Let's still go and do it. Let's go for triple red. Yeah, and we're going to get down Sorin, but we're not going to be able to really take an evade. Yeah, I think we're just simply going to knock him down to 2. Oh, that's a bummer. It's tap for colorless, tap for black. If we had yeah, I think that's what it was. If we had just ran into a few more, something like Worn Power Stone or something like that, we would have been able to, well, I guess technically what we can do is we can -3, put us up to 10. They still have to sacrifice. Either way, they're going to have, yeah, they've got it either way. We're just going to knock them down. Unless they have a counterspell, then they'd be able to stop it. But if we had ran into a few more like artifacts or something like early in the game, the line of play we could have gone for would have been Sorin, Furnace, and then Shivan. All right, opponent's going to go for Cyclonogriff, bouncing it back. Yeah, everything's back to hand. Good game. Good game to our opponent. We'll go ahead and get down Sorin, and then we'll just go ahead and target life player becomes 10. We'll make our, no, excuse me, target opponent becomes 10. There you go. Why not? Have some fun. They're going to be able to take care of it. And I just now realized whenever we're talking about the -3 ability, it wouldn't target player, it's target opponent. So we're going to shift him back up to 10. Nothing we can really do on this one. Good game to our opponent. It's a good game. That's kind of what you want to expect. At least that's what I want out of a Mogis game, is a long, drawn-out game where we get some good stuff going. But it looks like our opponent's going to get this one and losing to a bunch of zombies out of the graveyard. Couldn't pick a better way to lose in Magic. But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.